President.
Okay, turning to election 2014 coverage right now. Polls are about to open in Jackson's special mayoral election, and joining us this morning to discuss the race is Dr. DeAndre Orey of Jackson State University. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me, Katina.
Always great to see you. We're going to get right to it. I want you to tell our viewers at home why this particular election is so important.
I think it's extremely important because, surprisingly, the late Mayor Lumumba brought the city together. I think that some may have thought that he was going to be divisive because of his sort of radical past, but he brought the city together.
So let's talk about who you think is the front runner.
Well, you know, the most overnight sensation was Chapman, the marijuana lady, so that's interesting. But you know, I don't do predictions. I failed in my bracket. I failed to predict Obama in '08. So we'll leave that open to those forecasters.
Let's talk about strengths and weaknesses of candidates.
Well, I think that obviously those who have political experiences, former incumbents, it can be good or bad. They're running on their record. Some of the records are good, some of the records are bad. So incumbency advantage always helps. One, it helps because they have human resources. They have folks out there who can canvass. They also have financial resources. I was very, very surprised to see that there were so many campaign advertisements on television. That means that they had money.
You know, there was a lot. Let's talk about the backing of Benny Thompson and some of these other big-name attorneys like, you know, Dennis Sweet and his son coming out and actually endorsing some of these candidates. Does that really help a person that's running for office? Oh,
most definitely. Endorsements really, really help because, you know, those folk have bases. You know, Benny Thompson, Dr. Aaron Shirley, Dennis Sweet, Byrd, for example, and then Stokes. I mean, Stokes,
and
you know, he has a base. And to be able to create an us versus them is something that I think a lot of candidates missed out on, particularly women issues. Here in Jackson.
Speaking of, we have about 10 seconds left. Let's talk about particular demographics to watch. Is women one of those demographics?
They didn't hit on women issues, but Northeast Jackson, obviously, and then the division between State Street and the rest of the city.
Okay, final thoughts.
This is one of the most exciting races, and this is good for the city. We have very, very qualified candidates, and I think that bodes well for the city.
Okay, and I'm sure that your cousin in Atlanta, Al B, will be glad to know that Luda, one of his favorite friends, is actually endorsing one of the people that's in the race. Okay, so we want to let you know that polls open at 7 o'clock.